Hi everyone, it's Ayush here and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to share today's video which is on the topic of how you can make 3D and 2D designs by using the turtle module in Python. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video. So before starting with the today's video, I want you all to make one file main.py in your VS Code. After you make one main.py file in your VS Code, just write the basic command here import turtle. Now, when you say import turtle, it will just use the import keyword to you can say to just import up all the classes and the function available in that turtle module in Python. I want to tell you that the turtle is an inbuilt command, or you can say an inbuilt module in Python. This means that you do not need to use the pip command to install the turtle library. So you just say here import turtle and it will just import up all the commands and the classes inside the turtle library. If I just control plus click on this turtle word, what I will see one turtle.py file, and this turtle.py file is going to contain up all the classes and the functions. You can see on the first line of this file there is written that turtle.py. This is a comment. In fact, there is a hashtag. It means that it's a comment. So turtle.py is a tkinter based turtle graphics module for Python. So this is what? This is a tkinter based, means it's going to use the tkinter window to just create our project. Now, after that, let me just say a turtle.done. Turtle.done is, suppose when your design is completed, it will not close the window. It will just open that window for a long period of time. So let me just run this command here, python main.py file, to check is it working or not. And you can see that the Python turtle graphic window is there. It means that the turtle is successfully imported in our project, i.e. the main.py file. So let me just close this. After I close it, it will just automatically stop the execution. Now what I will do, I will just create one pen. Whenever we are drawing any kind of 2D as well as 3D object, we need a pen. So let me just create it by using the turtle.pen. By saying the turtle.pen command, we can just make one pen in turtle. Now we can use this pen to draw whatever we want. So let's say a pen dot forward. Now what do I mean by this forward? I will tell you. So right now I'm just giving some random values like 100, and let me just set the color of this pen by using the pen dot color function. When I say pen dot color function, it means we need to pass some color related to the shade of that pen, means of which shade the pen is, means it is a black pen, it's a blue pen, it's a red pen, or what. So let me just pass here the black pen, because if you give white pen, it will not make any sense because the background is white, the pen color is white. So we are not able to see any kind of 3D or 2D design that we just drew. So we need to just set it to black. So pen dot color to be black. Now after that we'll say pen dot forward 100 units. Means it will just draw a horizontal line extended to 100 units. I will just save this, run the code. Now you can see here's our pen. The color of the pen is black and it has just drawn a horizontal line whose length is 100 units. So this is the way you can just draw an horizontal line by using the pen. Second, there is the pen dot backward as well. Like suppose if you want to draw in the opposite direction of the starting position, then what you can do, you can just use the backward. In the backward, what I will do, I will just say a pen dot backward 100 units. Now I will just comment up this much a portion, because when you just extend the line from the starting position 100 units and then you return back to that position, that does not make any sense because the horizontal line is there. So let me just run this now. Now you can see this is the starting position, right? Now from this position it has just drawn one line which is of 100 units, but it is in the opposite direction of this point. So this is the meaning of pen dot backward function. Now suppose if you want to just rotate it to 90 degrees left or right, so what you can do, you can simply use the pen dot left command. Suppose if I just take this pen dot forward, means I just make one horizontal line forward 100 units, and then I will just tilt it left with 90-degree angle. So what I will do, pen dot forward 100 units and then pen dot left, and in the left function we need to give one angle. Okay, so let's pass the angle here as 90 because we want to just tilt the line to 90 degrees left. Let's save this, let's run the, okay, let me just close the window. After I close the window, it will just stop the execution. I will run it again. Now you can see what is happening, it is just tilting to the left hand position. You can see the mouth of this pen is in the left hand position 90 degrees, means on in the topmost position it's going to just draw one line in the top position. So suppose if I just say here pen dot forward 100 units, I just close this window. Now let me explain what just happened. It just drawn one line which is of 100 units in a horizontal way in the forward direction. Then it just tilted 90 degrees left. It just tilted 90 degrees left, and then it just drawn one line which is 100 units in the forward direction. So you can see it has just formed half of the square. Now suppose if you want to just draw the full square, what you can do, you can simply copy this command, or you can just simply pen dot left 90 and then pen dot forward 100. Now when you do this, what will happen, it will just complete one more line of that square. So let me just copy up this code here and let me just repeat it once again. So what will happen, it will just complete the whole square. So let's run the code and let's see, are we getting the expected output or not. So now you can see it has just drawn one square for me, which is of equal length because I have just drawn each and every line of 100 degrees, and all the angles are means 100 units, and all the angles are also of the same degree, i.e. 90 degrees. So this is the way you can draw one square by using the turtle code. Now how you can draw one triangle? Okay, let's try this out. So suppose if I want to just draw one equilateral triangle, you know very well what's equilateral triangle. It's the triangle in which the measure means the total sum of all the measures of all the angles inside the triangle is 180, and all the angles measure up to 60 degree on 60 degree, not more than 60 degree, not less than 60 degree. So what will happen, by using the exterior angle property of a triangle, we can say that when we want to draw any kind of triangle, then we want to just lift the lift the pen in the left hand position 120 degrees, because the sum of the opposite angles is 120, i.e. 60 plus 60 is 120. So what you need to do for drawing any kind of triangle, you need to simply say a pen dot left, and after you say pen dot left, you need to simply say 120. When you say 120, it will just rotate the pen to 120 in this way. It's a straight line, it will just rotate it to 120, and then it will just draw one line in the forward direction of 100 units. So let's say a pen dot forward 100 units, then what will happen, it will just rotate to 120 and it will just draw to 100 units. Let's say then pen dot left, then we are going to left means we are going to just rotate it 60 degrees in the left hand position. As you know, in an equilateral triangle all the angles measure up to 60 degrees only. So let's say pen dot left 60, then pen dot forward 100, and pen after that at last let's say pen dot, yeah, that's all done. I think that's all done. We are able to just create our own triangle. Let me just save this thing here. Okay, so here comes one mistake, and what's that, we just, okay, so we are saying pen dot left 60 degrees, we are just saying pen dot left, we are just reaching at this position, and after that we are saying pen dot left means it may be in this position as saying, okay, we need to just pass here 120 degrees, not this 60 degrees. So let me just run it again. So it has just drawn the triangle, but one side is left, so we need to just complete that. So now we are going to say pen dot left 120, and then pen dot forward 100. Now if I say something like this and I just run the code again, okay, let me just close this window here. You can see a triangle is there, right? Complete triangle. Now you may face one issue while using the turtle library, and what's that is we need to write this pen dot left forward left forward again and again 3 times. So what we can do, we can simply say a for I in range, we can just run a loop which is going to repeat 3 times. Why 3 times? Because a triangle consists of 3 sides, that's why 3 times, and we are using the same code 3 times, that's why we are going to use it 3 times only. So we are going to loop the same condition 3 times to make our project successful. Now in the indentation of this loop, we are going to cut this much a portion, paste it. Okay, so let me just give the indentation to all of them, otherwise it will just throw me one error. Save this. Now after you save this, let's run the code and the same thing is going to happen. No, we need to just remove this much of portion. So now you can see the benefit is there. We are just repeating this line 3 times to make our triangle complete. Let's run this code. So you can see in only one try it just made the whole triangle, and the same thing just happened but it made our work more short. So this is a way you can make one triangle by using the turtle library. Now, how can you design one circle? Because circle is not made up of straight lines. So for that, we are having one special function in turtle, and that is pen dot circle. Okay. So if you know very well about mathematics, you may know that the circle needs one radius to be drawn. So we need to just pass some radius of a particular length. It can be like 20, 10, 20 meters, 10 meter, 20 centimeter, 10 centimeter. So in this case, we are going to pass it, suppose 20. So it is going to draw one circle with a radius of 20 units. So let me just run this. Now you can see it has just drawn one circle. I know it's not much perfect, but it has just drawn a circle of a radius of 20 units. Now suppose if I just give it 100, what will happen is, let me just close this. It will just draw a circle of 100 unit radius. Means from this center of the circle to any point on this circle, the length is going to be 100 units. This is the definition of pen dot circle function. So we just get to know about how we can draw a circle, how we can draw a square, how we can draw a triangle, and how you can just combine up all these functions to make your own beautiful designs in Turtle. So let me just save this and let me show you that how you can make one of them. Like suppose if you want to make one, let's take the example of one circle illusion. So let's create one circle illusion by seeing colors. In the colors, we are going to store the basic colors that we are going to use in this project. So let's give the basic colors here: red, green, yellow, blue. After that, let's say we are going to just make one loop for making all the circles. We are going to make concurrent circles. So let's say for I in range, and we are going to make up to 200 circles. And in what way we are going to make those circles? We are going to say pen dot circle. First of all, we need to select the color as well. So let's see the pen dot color, and let's select the colors from this colors array. In that, we are going to say I modulus 6. We are going to access the colors with the index of, means the color which is on this index. I modulus not 6, it should be 4 because the number of elements is 4. So I modulus 4. So what it will do, it will just divide the number of elements in that array by 4, and it will just take that remainder that we are gaining by the division process. So take the example, like suppose if we are on the 0th index. Okay, if the value of I is 0, it will just divide 0 by 4 and the remainder is going to be 0. If we divide it by 1, means 1 over 4, then what will happen, that the remainder is going to be 1 because we cannot take decimal values. Then 2 by 4 is going to give the remainder 2. Similarly, 3 by 4 is going to give the remainder 3, and 4 by 4 is going to give the remainder 0. So we are just looping the same thing again and again, and we are just taking up random values from this colors array. Now after we set the color of the pen, we need to start drawing. So let's say we are saying pen dot circle, and we are going to pass the radius, means every time we are going to just increase the circle size by giving the radius I. So when we give the radius I, it's going to increase the size of the circle again and again up to the value of 200. Means it's going to increase the size until the size of the circle approaches 200. Let's set the color, means the turtle background color, by using the turtle or bc color function to black. That's why so that we can get a beautiful pattern. So let's save this code. And one more thing I want to just make at this point, or even before that, let me just save this and run this to check is it working or not. So you can see it's working, but it's working very slow. So what you can do, you can simply say a pen dot speed, and when you say pen dot speed, it is going to just take your speed, means what's the speed of the turtle. So let's just give some speed here. Let it be 0. Maybe the fastest one. It's going to be the one of the most fastest one. You can see it's very fast. So you can see it's like creating one kind of pattern. It's creating one kind of illusion by using the turtle library. Now it has just stopped, but the 200 times is not completed. Why is that so? Because it has just exceeded the size of this window. So what we can do, we can just take this the starting position. We can just change this starting position, and we can just take this pen and put it so much down at this position. Then what will happen, it will just draw 200 times. So let's do that. For doing that, what we need to say here, pen dot set position. In the set position function, we need to pass the x and the y coordinates. So let's pass the x and the y coordinates. For that, let's pass the x coordinates to be the same, means as 0, and the y coordinates, let's give it minus 200. Let's save this. We are just trying, we are just making a hit and trial method. So you can see it's on the first try only it's correct. So we are just taking the x index to be 0, means the initial position, this x index, and then we are just decreasing the y index only. Now you can see, suppose you are in a tunnel, means this is what, this is like a tunnel. So there are two conditions, either you are falling inside this tunnel or you are just going up in this tunnel. So this, exactly this figures make some illusion like thing, or you can use different functions to make such a kind of illusions. Like this is a very basic example that I'm giving you. This is an example of an illusion by using circles. So this is how you can just create your first design in turtle. I know that's not so much beautiful, but you can make it beautiful by using a lot of other functions are also there. So you can use them for making your design a more beautiful. So I hope that you have just understood whatever I have just told up in this video. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Meet you in the next video. Till then, see you.